Hi, my name is Marilyn, and for this video I'm going to be doing my second installment for my series Dark Figures. It's where I combine my love for music and makeup and show you some of the most iconic looks from some of the best artists in dark wave, alternative, and even experimental dark music. This makeup look was created by Blake Armstrong as the Jester character for the Boy Harsher music video Come Closer, which is one of the singles off of their 2019 album Careful. As a base, I'll be using a white cream paint from the Monster Wheel by Ben Nye and stippling it on with a flat brush. Boy Harsher is a dark electronic duo. It consists of Jay Matthews on vocals and Augustus Miller on beats and synthesizer. They are actually partners and they met in college in 2013 in Savannah, Georgia. This is where they started as Teen Dreams. Jay performed the short stories that she had written and read them aloud as Augustus live scored them beside her. This body of work was eventually what evolved into Boy Harsher. Now with the Ben Nye Super White powder, I'm going to pack this on to set my white base. Their first EP, Lesser Man, was made at home using mostly cheap synthesizers that were on loan, and nobody would have ever thought that one of their most popular songs would come from that era. To begin sculpting out the structure of this look, I'm using the Black Moon Cosmetics Orb of Light palette and the shade Cold. If you were in the scene listening to any mix in the later 2010s, you would have heard this song in the club. And especially if you listen to music on YouTube, they love to recommend the most random videos, but actually, Boy Harsher went viral on YouTube with their song Pain, which currently sits at over 7 million views. With that same palette, I'm taking the black shade and deepening the different shapes of the eyes. This is how I first heard of them, but they're also known for their song Motion, which for some reason, I don't know why it reminds me of the scene of Napoleon Dynamite where he's dancing. I think it's just the beat, but whenever I hear that song, that's what it reminds me of. And actually, that song Motion was featured in a Victoria's Secret commercial in 2018, which comes from their Country Girl EP. I just want to point out real quickly that this eyeshadow shape is two different eyes. This whole look is pretty messy overall, but one is distinctly a winged eyeshadow and then the other one is sort of a messier halo eye. So if it looks like I'm doing two different shapes on my eyes, it's because it's on purpose. To highlight my eye shapes, I'm using a metallic silver white. First with the brush, I'm going to be cutting this one as a crease. And on the other side, I'm really packing it on to the center of the lid. As I was creating this makeup look, I noticed that it wasn't coming out as intense as I hoped, so now I'm just going back and building upon the darker brown and black colors to add more shadow and depth into this look and make it bigger. Overall, I love this band because although with each album it goes into some kind of different like disco, dance, and dark wave kind of feel, it's all very cinematic, and that especially comes from Jay and Augustus's background in film. To complete the eyes, I'm adding a thin band of eyeliner to hide my lashes. I created a custom pair of eyelashes specifically for this look, and I'm also chopping up a pair of lashes and sticking them on under the eye for an added dramatic effect. Jay had initially intended to make a much bigger project out of the Country Girl music video, which ended up falling through. But there's no denying that in each video there is some kind of cinematic force and a strong group of direction in each one. I love playing with eyelashes, and one of my biggest pet peeves is when you can tell that bottom eyelashes have kind of just been stuck on there. It just looks like random lashes and hairs sticking out. So what I do to minimize that is go over the lash band just as I would on my top lashes on the bottom to hide the band with eyeliner. For the rest of the face, I'll be pulling out some of my favorite reds. This is going to be used to create the shading on the cheeks and on the lips as well. The music video where this look is from is directed by Muted Windows, who's also worked with bands such as 18 Visions, Carnifex, and Drag Majesty. Now with the dark red eyeshadow, I'm adding shading to the hollows of my cheeks. I'm taking a bright red liquid lipstick and creating the giant clown lips. Picking up that product on a small detail brush, I'm going to be using that to extend the outer corners of the lip. The design that I'm replicating almost looks like little waves that extends all the way out into the cheekbone. The technique that I'm using to get that brush stroke kind of look is actually just by going in with as little product as possible and building up color where it's needed the most, like under the cheek and in the corner of the mouth. To create even more texture, I'm adding more brush strokes to the center of my cheeks. One of my favorite aspects of this band is that their nature of collaborative work really helps uplift other artists and really broadens their reach into other facets of art. Gus recently teamed up with 4 Chambers and scored their pornographic film Orgone. The first time I actually saw this makeup look was through Blake's makeup assistant Leah posting it. I'm a huge fan of her work. I feel like even if their single pane didn't go viral on YouTube, I still would have heard of them through other artists that they've worked with. And with the deepened purple lipstick, I'm going to be adding some shading and detail to finish off the lip. So I can't wait to see what Boy Harsher does next. Some of my favorite songs by them are Motion, LA, Face the Fire, and Morphine. So once I'm happy with the amount of detail with the darker lipstick, now it's just time to put on the costume. And this is the completed look. Please make sure to leave a thumbs up down below and subscribe to my channel as well. Thank you so much for watching my recreation. Leave a comment down below to let me know what kind of makeup look you would like to see next and which artist. For a closer look of this makeup, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MarilynMugBeat. I'll see you next time. Bye!